Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and we're back on Asmongold again because I didn't cover it yesterday in the video, but he got banned. And in my personal opinion, all right, we're gonna get into the rest of the video. Don't worry. Whenever I say this, don't freak out. Don't judge too harshly. All right. I think Asmongold got banned was a good thing, but also a very, very bad thing because it shows that Twitch actually do know how to apply their rules, and they know how to apply their rules whenever it's something that they really don't agree with. Because what Asmongold said yesterday, I'll play the clip in a second, was very bad. Very bad, very, very bad. But also, many of Twitch's top and lower tier creators have said the exact same thing that Asmongold has said, except for in reverse for other people of other religions and other races. But let me give you a nice little refresher on what Asmongold said about Palestinians.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
So after this clip went viral, the Twitch snitch army that for some reason is extremely quiet whenever their favorite friends break the TOS rules, and you know, famous and unfamous streamers that align with them politically break the TOS rules, they all came out in droves speaking about, you know, the TOS that Asmongold broke here. Now, obviously, everybody's tweets here aren't aligned politically the same, alright? But there are very much people saying the exact same thing about Asmongold's ban. So Brett Hamilton said, "Thank goodness Twitch just clarified their TOS about these kind of moments. So now we all know for sure this is bannable on the platform." And you know what? Brett has a very, very good reason for taking a screenshot of these TOS rules specifically. And the specific rule we're going to be looking at here is content insulting that individuals with certain protected characteristics are criminals or terrorists. And what do you think Hassan in the game loves calling people that live in Israel?
Yeah. What's interesting is not that she is both a Zionist and a Nazi, because, you know, that's a distinction without a difference in many instances. What's interesting is that she is a Nazi and she's Jewish at the same time. How can Zionists be Nazis? Zionism is the exact same thing as Nazism.
And I think I think this is an important distinction. Nazis will support Israel because Israel is not Judaism, okay? Israel is white supremacy. Israel is nationalism. The things that Israel stands for and what Zionism stands for is in line with what Nazis believed.
I'm going to say this because it pissed me the off. And being an anti-Semite openly and proudly is now likes on Twitter. Frogan, she tweeted out, she goes, I have a problem with my Zionist therapist. Just call him a fucking Jew. I'm sorry, but that you can't talk like that about any other fucking minority. I had a problem with my Zionist therapist. What'd you taught your Zionist therapist? Did you get those level of details from them? You had an in-depth conversation about the politics of Zionism with your therapist? No, I know what you mean. You mean fucking Jew. You know, I'm not going to sit here and let my fucking people, you know, be openly bigoted and racist. That shit. Nobody would expect that from any other minority. Nobody.
Also, if you guys don't know who Frogan is, let me put this, beautiful clip I'm pretty sure you've all seen before up here, all right? She's only, upcoming streamer 2 years in a row somehow. She's still upcoming. She's getting there. She's about to stream to millions of people. So one of these days, she's no longer be rising star. She's going to be almost there, around the corner streamer. She's such a good streamer to where she can legit be racist, and Twitch won't ban her.
So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the
This is a cracker take.
difference between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's wild.
So yeah, Hassan and the gang has, compared people that enjoy having Israel or Jews in general to Nazis, literal terrorists, literal criminals. And somehow Frogan is still on the platform. Caroline Kwan is still on the platform. Hassan still on the platform. It's kind of weird how, Asmongold got banned for calling a group of people terrorists. And then as soon as Hassan calls a group of people terrorists, he gets to be platformed and, he gets to stay up there and say whatever he wants. But Asmongold has to reap the consequences of his actions. But yet Hassan is praised for calling people who live in Israel actual terrorists. Even though Hassan also agrees that just because you live in a particular region, and just because that particular region's government does bad things, doesn't mean everyone that lives in that particular region actually supports the government. There are a lot of Jews that don't support Netanyahu and what people are doing to the actual Palestinians.
Okay, why did you vote for Donald Trump?
I just didn't really like Hillary Clinton.
There you go. Turns out people have many different motivations for voting for one particular party over the other, and it doesn't have to be Islamist fundamentalism that they believe in. So that's my point. Because they're human beings with a shit ton of different attitudes and different opinions. If they see the dominating party of Fatah as a party that is completely captured by Israeli security apparatus that is working at the behest of this state that is destroying their lives, they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go with the other guy, just like you went with Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton.
It's so weird that in Hassan's mind, every person that lives in Israel are bad people and deserve to have their way of life destroyed because the government are bad. Not because the people are bad, it's because the government is legit bad. Now, are there actual people that live in Israel that think, oh yeah, I think we should murder every Palestinian? Of course, there are those people. And then there's other people who are like, that is actually disgusting. I can't believe you even thought that. They could just be our neighbor, our friends. They could actually live peacefully or cohabitate with us. And it's vice versa. There's people in Palestine that's probably thinking, yeah, we should probably kill all the Jews, just every single one, just wipe them off the planet. And then there's also other people in Palestine that realize this isn't all Jewish people's fault. This is literally the government's fault. Literally, if we weren't governed by two literal narcissist groups, maybe we could get something done here and actually come to a resolution. But of course, Hassan will never give that, kind of thought towards, Israel. He will only give that thought towards people in Palestine. And the sad part about, Asmongold getting banned, even though let's all say like, all right, maybe Hassan somehow did the Jedi mind trick, he, tiptoe his way around the wording of calling people terrorists by calling them, terrorists in the word of like, oh, they're aligned with this group that was never aligned with them in history, like Nazis. Nazis were, never aligned with Jews ever in history, but all right. At one point they were genociding Jews, but okay then. But, let's just say that one of Hassan's little, cocksuckers, one of his orbiters, someone that only goes live whenever Hassan's offline to, vacuum up any remaining Hassan viewers, is a lovely woman by the name of Denims. Now, Denims is, I will assume, not the brightest bulb in the room, but somehow she gets extremely lucky with siding with the right side of Twitch politics, because Denims actually called for the assassination of Asmongold, and she never got banned. Ever. She just sits there. She's like, oh, I didn't actually mean it. It was a joke, you guys. Assassinating another stream. Who would do that? Even though, I called for it.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger. Okay, you have to do both. All right? Because then it's a win-win for me. I get more breast, and I don't have to see that moron on my timeline anymore.
But obviously, that was just a joke, calling for the assassination of another streamer. That's just a joke. But you want to know another joke? A streamer that got banned off of Twitch is also being threatened with a murder from, Shonda Black. He said, so we should go out here and, assassinate Destiny, the streamer.
Just goes out and just says the N-word, which is not a surprise because he said the N-word on stream with his own face. Can somebody just it would just be so easy to it will solve all of our problems. We would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy. This is what happens when you don't kill every single slave owner after slavery. They have children, and their children have children's, and their children have children's, and then their children have accidents that should have ended up on a sock, and it becomes destiny. That's what you get. That's what you get. When you don't murder every single slave owner, every single Ku Klux Klan member, and they have children, and those children have accidents that should have been aborted, you get destiny.
Oh, but it's just a joke. Again, it's just a joke. But as soon as Asmongold speaks his mind, A, it's no longer a joke. B, it's just straight up harmful rhetoric that we can't have on our platform. And it's like, you allowed harmful rhetoric. The reason why Asmongold probably felt great about, saying what he said was because you literally allow it on the other side. And now for my final little magic trick of everyone being mad at Asmongold for doing the exact same thing their favorite streamer literally does on almost a daily basis. Casey Tron came out and listed off rules that for some reason she thinks should only apply to Asmongold, but shouldn't apply to Hassan, Denims, Caroline, Frogan, Shonda Black, these people that have literally called for murder of actual streamers, or just called another group of people that they disagree with actual terrorists. And Casey Tron says in this one tweet, here are some TOS guidelines that Asmongold directly violated recently. And she goes to list off, different rules that, Asmongold has broken. But let's all sit here and let me show you guys a nice little clip compilation of the times Hassan has broken these rules. He has broken these rules plenty of times, never got banned for it at all. This man is legitimately the male version of Amaranth. He legit breaks the TOS, and somehow everyone else has to obey by it. But, for some reason, Hassan gets to skirt by.
The most animalistic, barbaric force on the fucking planet as it stands. Look at me. Look at how proper I am. Yes, I put a suit on so you don't think I'm an animal. But I am. I am a barbaric piece of shit. That was already expected barbaric behavior from Israel. Regardless, it is brutal. It is barbaric. Certainly, even people in the Western world feel against this barbaric monstrosity of a fucking apartheid regime. I never really thought that they would be this barbaric. What a fucking barbaric and completely and utterly psychotic thing to do. They wear suits to present themselves as anything but barbaric. That is the animalistic, barbaric structure. And act like they are the civilized party here. There is nothing civilized about Israel's actions. It is barbaric. At the barbaric nature of the Israeli apartheid regime, North Korea says Israel's a murderous, bandit, genocidal, and barbaric state. 700,000 likes? Holy
So yeah, Hassan has called these people actual animals, terrorists, barbarians. But I guess since he used the correct wording instead of just straight up, I don't like this group of people just because the way they live is different from the way I live. Just because he didn't say that actual sentence, he gets to remain on the platform whenever him and Asmongold technically have said the exact same thing about, two different groups of people. But you guys want to know something? Asmongold never, ever in the history of his channel interviewed a terrorist. A literal terrorist. Someone who calls themselves a terrorist. Someone who is proud to be a terrorist. But you want to know who did actually interview a terrorist and try their best to make it seem like, you know, these people were worth our time and our patience, even though these people legitimately cost us hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in damages? Hassan has interviewed a Houthi, and for some reason he tried his best to be like, oh my god, boys, we can relate to this Houthi terrorist. He legit calls himself terrorist. This isn't me calling him a terrorist. This Houthi calls himself a terrorist. He legit is like, yes, this is a terrorism movement that we're doing here. Hassan is like, yo, this guy watched One Piece at one point in his life, boys. Everyone loves One Piece. I'm just sitting here like, what are you doing? Wait, sir, Hassan, you're interviewing a terrorist here. This isn't like, oh my god, Osama bin Laden watched Inuyasha. We should all be like having a nice time with Osama bin Laden. Why did we murder Osama? Because he murdered people. He legit plotted against where we legit live right now. Osama wasn't gonna be like, oh my god, yo, you supported me at one point, so you're cool, you're not, beheaded. No, he's gonna be like, wipe it out, just everything dead. I don't care. Everything dead. Because he was a legit terrorist.
He's saying they've all tried caught, including the captain of the ship that he went on. He's saying that the vibes are immaculate.
No fucking way.
He's saying he wants us to visit.
Oh, dude, I would love to one day. I am afraid of America bombs, though. That's what I'm afraid.
بقول لك انه بده انه يزور السفن بس بخاف من القصف الامريكي.
لا عادي يجي والله بنخليه يزور السفن كلهن ويعيش حياته يعني كون بيس يتخيل نفسه انه في ون بيس.
He says if you go visit there you'll feel like you're in One Piece and you can visit all the boats.
And you want to know what this terrorist tweeted out after this interview? He tweeted out the execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. I don't know if I can actually show the picture, so I'm not going to show the picture because I don't know if YouTube's going to be like, hey, he draw a very, very mean picture. But it's a man with a stick shoved up his butt, with it coming out of his mouth, with his arms tied behind his back. Now, even if this person, this Houthi, wasn't saying anything positive at all, or even Hassan saying anything positive at all about, you know, the terrorism that this group was doing, it's a bannable offense to even have this person saying that they are a terrorist and they are part of a terrorism group to be on your stream. So since everyone else wanted to go after Asmongold and say, hey, Asmongold did X, Asmongold did Y, Asmongold did Z, and he did all these things to get banned off of Twitch, let me read off a rule, alright? Let me read off a rule. Terrorism and violent extremism. Terrorism and violent extremism promote unlawful violence and spread message of intolerance. Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, or encourages or supports terrorism or violence, extremist actors or acts. This includes threatening to encourage others to commit acts that would result in serious physical harm or significant property destruction. Now, if we click the for examples you may not show, promote, or engage in, let's read this. Display or link terrorist or extremist propaganda, including graphic pictures or footage of terrorist or extremist violence, even for the purpose of denouncing such content.
What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know?
No. They do do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
Isn't I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shoot. This isn't a music video, Hassan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their their actions all the time, and they love walking over They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. Listen, he's saying they do not care about the heavy missiles. Like they will literally take the war to them no matter what. It's an act of for them. It's an act of resistance. You know what I mean?
And this rule, Hassan has broken multiple times. This wasn't a single time. This wasn't 2 times. This was multiple times. And that Hassan has broken this one rule that should be an actual ban, even if it's not permanent. Like at least like a 7-day ban, something, 3 days. At least showing that you can't break this rule. But again, boys, Hassan has people on his side, like Twitch CEO Dan Clancy, to suck him off.
Happy birthday to you.
What the?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hassan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God. Like the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to be like, the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to use this permanently to be like, see, I told you he's got banning powers.
Happy birthday, dear Hassan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
Now, I wouldn't say that the CEO liking specifically Hassan is Hassan's fault. All right, I'm not going to say it's Hassan's fault, but also it's kind of a conflict of interest whenever you're running a social media platform and your whole thing is making it make money. Twitch still doesn't make money. And whenever you have people like Hassan running around, you know, throwing up their terrorist propaganda and you're not banning them, it makes your company look bad. Now, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, Twitch is going to be ran to the ground because of Hassan only. No, but obviously if an actual competitor comes out that actually, you know, works on their platform and actually bans people when they need to be banned and not ban people when they don't need to be banned, something that we wish Kick was, but Kick isn't. But like an actual competitor came out and was actually doing good in the streamer world, I don't know, Twitch's days would actually be numbered, or at least they would have a rival. I'm like, at least if YouTube streaming was actually looked into as a viable thing by Google, then maybe, just maybe, Twitch would actually start banning these streamers instead of just like, oh, well, we don't like that person, so they get banned. But we like this guy, so, you know, he can break the rules every time. Who cares? I'm like, he's our favorite streamer over here at the Twitch HQ. But yeah, boys, in my opinion, I think Asmongold shouldn't have gotten banned. Asmongold 100% shouldn't have gotten banned for this, alright? Because plenty of other streamers on the other side of the aisle say the exact same thing that Asmongold says, but somehow they don't get banned. They even show propaganda, like literal terrorism propaganda. Imagine if Asmongold showed a neo-Nazi video. That man would never come back. He would never come back, like ever. But Hassan gets to come back because he's showing the right propaganda videos from people that, you know, want to destroy our way of living. They want to murder everyone, you know, indiscriminately here. You know, those people. Those are the people that Hassan is showing out there. The people that Hassan would never, ever in a million years be able to befriend if they had their way. Because Hassan knows he would probably die if these people actually had their ways, but right now they don't. So Hassan gets to LARP as the guy that's like, oh no, I love terrorism whenever it's on my side. But obviously I go more in depth on Asmongold's ban and why he got banned in yesterday's video. Click this video right here to figure out why did Twitch ban Asmongold. Like, I think it's a 14-day ban. I don't know, it could be permanent. They could switch it up at any time because Twitch doesn't care. They don't care at all. But boys, click this video right here. And other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.